Anyway, kind of what I wanted to touch on briefly here, and maybe nobody watches this, which is totally okay. But for those who care about movies, the Oscars, not even the Oscars, honestly, just who care about cinema and movies, who have a deep, love or passion for going to the movies, maybe potentially making movies, becoming, involved in movie making in some way, shape, or form. I want to say, that I think the Oscars were a real problem this year. Now, I understand. I want to preface this entirely with, for example, Steven Soderbergh and all the producers of the show this year. They had a big task on their hands, obviously with COVID and all that fun stuff, right? Not fun stuff, the opposite of fun stuff. It was difficult to be able to host the show, make the show in a way that was going to be safe and was going to be entertaining and was going to be different, interesting. Obviously, I understood that he was going for this kind of almost jazz club, like exclusive type of show. And I think he achieved it to an extent, what maybe he was envisioning. However, if the goal of the Oscars is to be seen and consumed by a large quantity of people, if it's meant to be more of a populist event, a popular event, in it being televised and many people watching it, and it being always on a Sunday night, it being on local TV and on many different streaming services and internationally televised, then to me that says, yes, that is the desire, okay? If that was not of interest, they would make it more private, they would make it more elite, they would make it more between celebrities only. And if you really wanted to watch it, then you could find a way to find it or see it or something of that nature. But it being something that is to be consumed by a larger quantity of people, with the goal to generate excitement about the nominations, about the people who were involved in making those movies that were nominated and those that win, in order for people to go and see those movies, right? And to get excited about film and about cinema and about the movie making process and the experience of going to a cinema. That being, for me, a given and I think obvious end goal. On those grounds, I think the Oscars this year, in essence, failed or executed it very poorly. Because, why? Okay. If you didn't watch the Oscars, let's put it this way. Only the nominees were there, which is fine. I understand the desire, the interest. That wasn't really the issue, but it was a small affair. It was kind of this jazz club type feel over there at Union Station, that they made this really nice stage, and it didn't look bad. It was filmed fine, but there were some issues. Principally, it was a bore. It was a snooze. It was not entertaining, I would say, in the slightest. Now, I want to throw out there that I generally really enjoy and care about the Oscars. I've always hosted an Oscar party on an annual basis, even if it's not with a lot of people, considering we've been in the pandemic and everything, and it's just my girlfriend and I, or what have you. I get excited, get some special food, make some special food, make some appetizers, and, guess who's going to win, right? Make those guesses ahead of time, and be like, making a concerted effort to try and see the nominees, the nominations. And I'm a massive cinephile. I love movies, and I always have. There are people who want to enjoy those on a little bit more of a laid back level, right? Who aren't, either professional cinephiles or who are like obsessed. When somebody is going to go and watch the Oscars, part of the reason they do that is to get an idea of what's good, what can I go see, where can I go see it. This year was ravaged by the pandemic in terms of the film industry, okay? There were some great films that came out, and it's not that there wasn't. Maybe there was less blockbusters, there were less big films that were released this year because of the fact that they couldn't be released in theaters, which is fine. That's not a big deal. They'll get released. But there were a lot of good films that came out this year, and I heard a take from somebody who is a professional cinephile over there on the Ringer Network, and specifically for the podcast, I believe Best Picture, or The Big Picture. The take was, if you don't care about the awards, then who cares? And then don't watch it, right? Maybe you would actually care about it if you go and watch the movie. So I don't care. This is basically what the person was saying. I don't care if people who don't give a shit about the movies nominated don't find the show interesting. Now, based on the grounds of we established that the award show is not just for the elites and not just for the professional cinephile or people who are in the industry, that's a bad take. Because you know what? In the pandemic, because they made the point that, they're all out there. They're all on the streaming platforms, okay? But let's say you paid for Amazon, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. That still wouldn't get you all the nominees, and that's actually a pretty big figure. And there were some premium VOD releases that came out, I believe, that were going for like $20 or $30 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It's a joke for you to be like, well, just go find them, they're there. No, because typically people could go to their local theater and they figured out at the cinema, there's a preview for this movie, I'm interested. Or they seen the lineup of movies in the fucking whatever it's called. Oh my gosh, I can't think of the word. Not relevant. The point is that people could go on a Tuesday night and pay, say, $5 or $6, at least in the interior of the United States, and they could go see a movie and maybe explore and learn about other movies in that process. Now, with the lack of marketing, many people don't watch cable TV or even satellite TV, and maybe they have one or maybe two streaming services, and say they aren't somebody who goes the pirating route, which does not help the movie industry when you pirate and all that. And I'm not criticizing that, because art should be more accessible in general, and I think it's difficult for people who are in different countries and things of that nature to be able to see these movies if you don't go a route that is maybe not the most correct. I'm getting off base here. The point is that someone should be able to watch the awards and get excited about the nominees and learn about the nominees, and then go and Google and figure out, okay, what's going on with this? I'm actually interested in seeing Anthony Hopkins' performance. What is this movie Sound of Metal? I don't know exactly what it is, but it sounds really interesting because I saw a flipping clip. So I'm going to go watch it now, right? My critique is the following. It was boring because they took out the fanfare, the fun, they took out comedic elements. Once again, they don't have a host. They gave out 2 humanitarian awards, which are great. That's important. But you know what? That doesn't make a show. It doesn't make a show, because that's what it is. It's on TV. You're making it to be consumed. That's what you're doing by a large audience. And what are you doing? Giving out 2 different humanitarian awards and then just not showing any clips from the movies. I don't even remember if they used cinematography. No, I don't think they showed cinematography. They might have. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe they... I don't even remember, because the show was forgettable. It was boring. Hey, we're going to rearrange the order of the nominations and how we announce them. Okay? I know that it seems, from my understanding, they were anticipating a different end with leaving Best Actor for the last to potentially give to Chadwick Boseman, but that didn't happen. So, you can't... The show was not entertaining at all. And it didn't make me excited to see movies again. It didn't make me excited about the nominees. It didn't make me excited about returning to the cinema. Yeah, we had a bad year. Yeah, we had a year, Lots of not so good things happened, and it was a bad year for cinema in particular. But that's exactly why you need to make it fun and exciting, to make people excited about going back to the fucking movies, people. Steven Soderbergh, people who produced the Oscars, you need to reevaluate what you're going to do for the show, or make it just for the elites and say, hey, if you want to watch it, you can pay $10 or something like that. Because you know what? I think it was a joke. It was a joke. It was boring. It was a snooze fest. My girlfriend fell asleep. I was extremely bored the entire time. And I love all of the goofy bullshit campaigning and all that stuff that comes with the Oscars, because I know it's not an objective award. I realize that. And it doesn't matter, because it's just celebrities handing out golden trophies. But it happens once a year, and it's a way of celebrating movies and cinema. And that is something I do care about. And you know what? Figure it out, Oscars. Figure it out. Anyway, on another note, I just want to thank you so much for putting up with me and potentially watching this very long rant about why I think the Oscars did a subpar job, not showing musical performances, clips of the nominees, getting us excited about it. None of that took place. And so if you didn't watch the Oscars, you saved yourself 3+ hours of staring at a ceremony. Hopefully they're better next year. I have hope. I will probably be tuning in again. So, you know, you didn't lose me quite yet, but I'm sure you lost a lot of others. So, thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate it. Once again, didn't mean to be negative or anything like that. I just thought I would chime in here because it seemed timely, and I've been a little bit frustrated about this. So, I thought I would kind of let off some of that steam, unnecessary steam, here on a video. And hopefully you like it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Comment if you watched the Oscars. Let me know what your thoughts were. Thanks again for checking it out.